East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. The West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got all in your dread. Hey.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson looking to throw right away. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
First down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Watson now to throw. Touchdown, Browns! Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is in his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
On third down, Jackson. Nowhere to go. Here he lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Faking the give, now Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Watson. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. And here he's got Graham. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
13.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Sione Takitaki providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Now Chubb running right. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And again, it's Chubb. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Watson going to sneak it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Browns are going to have a 1st down.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Justin Houston who got him down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Chubb is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Chubb again. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. After the interception, here's Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
A chance of wasting this great starting field position. A real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
1st and 10 of the 19.
Hey, Ozzy, sit up.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
From the 27, Jackson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. John Johnson with the INT. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll get this to the 32. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And trouble trying the middle here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kyle Hamilton brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. The Browns send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That's taken on the 25. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Ronnie Harrison that time able to make the tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
People across the league have Dobbins picked as one of the likeliest breakout players for 2021. Unfortunately, that all changed after a torn ACL, but those expectations still remain the same for 2022. This is a guy who many believe can be one of the league's leaders in rushing this season and a true workhorse for the Baltimore backfield.
Hey, report! Report! Hey!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Returnable for Grant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10 at the 11. Here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Some of the big boppers in the game traditionally have been safeties, and he certainly fits that mold. He lets his pads do his talking.
Watson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Jackson now. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And now here is another interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead. And it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 20.
5-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do that? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
19
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run the option left. Past the 20. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 12-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. What a run there. I mean, you got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Are you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Following the penalty, Chubb. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And Watson's going to throw it here. They'll go screen here to Hunt. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Purple 80. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Huntley to throw. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Hawk 70, Hawk 18, Pioneer.
Here's Huntley. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to get the football back at their own 17. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cleveland,